Hello, Western Oregon sports fans, and welcome to this special edition of Women's Basketball Wolves Weekly. Joining me today, we have two seniors, Danielle Bellando and Sara Zahler. How are you ladies doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Well, they're heading into their final weekend of the regular season play, and they're going on the road to face Central Washington and Northwest Nazarene. A lot are still on the line at the head in the final 2 weeks of the season, or the final 2 games of the season. And first, I'd like to hear from the women some of these critical matchups they have coming up as they play to both get a better record and for conference seeding in the tournament. We're going to start with Sara Zahler. I'd like to hear a little bit about the first conference opponent you have on this schedule, and it's going to be Central Washington.
Yeah, we play Central Washington tomorrow, and I think it's important for us to come out hard because we've already beat them, and they're lower than us in a conference, so it's kind of a trap game. So we have to be ready for them and not expect to win. We have to play that we know we're going to win.
And kind of along with what Sara says, you guys were able to play these two teams at home back in November. That just feels forever ago, and it's interesting you guys started the year off so strong, getting 2 straight wins at home, but 3 months later, basically, it feels like you guys come back around and have to face these two teams again with so much on the line again. And the one win that really helped put you guys off on a good start this season was beating NNU at home and starting off with that 2-0. I'd like to hear a little bit about this Northwest Nazarene team who's kind of become a little bit of a rival during your time here.
They actually have. I feel every time we play them, it's always a really good game. They always come prepared to play. They're strong girls. They have good posts. They have some shooters. They play really hard defense. And when we play them, I feel like we play a little bit harder when we play against them. I don't really know why, but it's always a good game when we play against them. We really need to beat them this week.
And as you mentioned that, you really need to beat them, not just because of the rivalry aspect, but because there is so much involving in the seeding right now. Currently, Northwest Nazarene would be the 6th seed if the tournament were to start today, with St. Martin's being the number 5 seed. So you guys need to beat them because you still have a lot of possibilities to be able to move up. Right. With a couple wins by you guys and some help by other conference opponents, you guys can get all the way up into 5th. And the important part about this one is not just what your seed is, but who you play, which is a big one there.
Right. Yeah.
So I'd like to hear a little bit about about this tournament. What are you guys going to need to go forward, and what are you going to need to do to get these wins, and how your team is still focused going in this final weekend, Sara?
I think we just need to stay focused, and it is the end of the season. It's been a long season, but I think we just have to finish it. We have to finish each game, so we have to play all 40 minutes, and we have to be ready to play a game.
And this is the first season right now of the conference tournament that they've had. You've both been around for a couple years now, and in years past, maybe these final 2 games of the season didn't mean as much for the Western Oregon women's basketball team as far as postseason play goes. What kind of new possibilities does this present, and how do you see maybe the focus of the team's practice, towards the end of the year?
Well, this definitely shows that Sara and I have been here while we were building this program. We're making it way better than it used to be. I mean, we wouldn't even have a thought of being in postseason play maybe the first year we were here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're excited. We really need to step it up on defense because I don't know why, but it's kind of been problems for us lately in our games, and we need to finish the game. Coach is saying we play 36 minutes, 38 minutes, but then we just can't finish out the game, and those last 2 minutes is when we lose it. So we need to make sure in these next few games that we finish out the game strong and finish out on top.
I know you guys would never choose somebody over the other because you guys are still going to be trying to get the biggest seed, just kind of let the cards play as they may. Do you have anybody you guys would like to see out of that 2, 3, and 4 teams that you guys feel you match up best against? If luck of the draw, if you got your perfect seed out of those, you have kind of Anchorage, Seattle Pacific, and then Montana State Billings being the 3 that kind of looking the best possibility for you guys to face. Do you have any preference on somebody who you guys would like to face? Either one of you guys.
Montana or Seattle Pacific.
That's what I'd say too.
Yeah, Anchorage is such a long trip, and we would have to go up there.
And it's hard to play in Anchorage gym.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think last 2 games, this last weekend, Billings and Seattle, we were so close, and we just didn't end the game. And so if we got one more chance, I think we'd be ready for it.
Fantastic. Well, I'd also like to say both Sara and Debo over here have both earned 4 letters here as Western Oregon University on the varsity team. They are only the 2nd and 3rd members at the D2 level to ever do that.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear a little bit about just kind of some of your reflections you've had, and maybe in terms of the program, and just some of your personal times you've had here at Western Oregon as students, not just what happens between the lines.
Well, It's not easy
Yeah, no.
to be on the road as much as we are and stay with our studies, and I don't know, it's just kind of, it's so much fun, but there's just so much more involved that I think some people don't really realize. But I know I'm blessed to have this experience because I wouldn't trade it for a world. And
I was just going to say I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm glad it turned out how it did.
me too. I'm glad I got to experience it with my Sarah.
Yeah. My Devo.
Well, fantastic. And I know that you guys have had to be on the court 100 games together now or something like that. That's got to be a
It's a lot.
nice experience to have together on
Yeah.
something like that.
We'll remember it forever.
Well, I'm very glad that you guys were both able to join us today and get to try this little new thing where we get to put 2 people in the studio. That makes it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, well, thanks for having us.
No, fantastic. Thank you. But remember, the Western Oregon women's basketball season is not done. Their regular season, they'll be on the road. Actually, they'll have a Tuesday-Thursday schedule this week. They'll start off at Central Washington on Tuesday at 5:15, and then they'll take that fun bus ride right down the road to NNU to face them on Thursday at 4:15. The following week, starting on February 28th, will be the first day of the GNAC conference tournament. Yet to be determined where these women will be at, but
Yeah.
we hope those will all be available through the website, through the GNAC and the WUWolves.com, so we hope you can follow the Wolves on the road and support them wherever they're at. So, thank you all for watching this edition of Wolves Weekly.